Ricky Rudd is the leader of the MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 with 111 laps remaining in the event. He's out in front by 1.68 seconds over Dale Jarrett.
If you remember earlier, 32 was leading this thing, and the 8 kind of rooted him out of the way, but got by there pretty clean. 40 car's going to take advantage of it too. He's going to dive underneath 32 car. Now remember, he's only got right side fresh tires, and all these other guys have 4 brand new tires.
Mike Beam, the crew chief on the 32, trying to get some track position. Here comes the 25. Jerry Nadu on the inside of the 40 car. That is a battle for the 7th position. And Nadu from provisional land goes into 7th.
41st starting spot. By the way, Kenny Wallace, 27th place now, 3 laps down. Survey says,
Loose lug nuts.
Second time today.
And as I said, once you do it one time, it's almost impossible to get those tires tight the next time.
So what we've seen from Craven and Spencer after the 2 tires on their pit stop is whatever the track conditions are at this moment, it's not liking it.
Well,
they're both sliding back.
They're sliding back, but actually their times aren't that far off. They're sliding back a little bit. But I think everything they gained by taking 2 tires, really where you start seeing the 2 tires be a problem is longer into the run. 40 or 50 laps into the run. That's when these cars will start backing up. And basically that's what he's doing right now.
Nader is by, Marlin goes by, Craven back to 8th. Nice run for Jeff Burton so far. There he is on the lead lap, 15th place. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Back in June, if you remember, Jeff Burton won the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, and then he came to Dover with high hopes to pick up his first win here on the Monster Mile, but he ended the day 10 laps down. So today, running in the 15th position would almost seem like a victory. On the previous run, the car was loose. Frank started the crew chief, called for an air pressure adjustment. Now the car has gone to the tight side. And Frank has a conversation on the radio. And of course, I'm never one to be an instigator, but Frankie does have a little message to Alan Bestman.
50 years old. See, I told you he was 50 years old.
It's not 50, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice hair for 50, he said, too.
I know. Stoddard's my next-door neighbor. All I can say, Frankie, is you better get home before I do tonight.
You know, I talked to Mark Armstrong, the front tire change on Jeff Burton's car this morning, and, you know, I didn't realize he was a firefighter in Shelby, North Carolina for 5 years before he started his racing career, and he was telling me that the New York firefighters are the world's best. All the training films that they show worldwide are all done by the New York firefighters. He said they are the very, very best. Oh, Sprader. He's in the middle of a hornet's nest right here in that 36 car.
Lose a couple spots here.
He might be the hornet in that nest. He has made it very clear to his crew that his car is very, very, very loose. Very loose.
How loose is he, Bill?
Very loose.
Very loose. I got you.
That's 4 berries. That's extremely loose here at Dover.
2 car with a run on the outside. In line now. Clear high.
That was Jeff Burton's radio. Spencer and Craven swapping a position. That's 8th place. And Kevin Harvick now going to zero in on Ricky. Boy, Ricky, that car is just going where it wants to in the corner.
That's just a lack of grip right there. And he has to slide up that racetrack because there's no grip.
When he goes to the corner, turns the steering wheel, the car just slides right across the racetrack to the top of the track. And if he tries to do anything about it, he's going to spin out.
Right, and you got to wait till the car stops sliding before you get back in the throttle.
About to hit the 3/4 mark of today's MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400 at Dover. Car on NBC from Dover Downs International Speedway in Delaware, where Ricky Rudd is the leader. The MBNA Cal Ripken Jr. 400. 94 laps to go. Rudd out in front by 0.7 of a second over his teammate Dale Jarrett.
Looks like Jarrett is getting a little bit closer to that 28 car. You know, and when this thing is over, they told me in the garage here this morning that Jeff Ford, when he won the race here in June, was exhausted. And I can believe that. We used to run 500 miles here, and it was just all you could do to stand after the race is over. And 400 miles is really, truly not that much better.
The unique characteristic of this racetrack, besides the steep banking of the corners, two things. Number one, the straightaways. Look how steeply that's banked. That's 9 degrees. That's as steep as the corners in Indianapolis. The straightaways are banked. And the other thing is the dive downhill into the turns.
Let's watch Kevin Harvick, and we'll count down the straightaway, see how much he relaxes. When his wheels come back, 1,001, 1,002, 1,000. About 2 3/4 seconds on each straightaway is all that he gets to relax.
And when they ran the Indy cars here, the IRL cars here ran, they actually took a grinder and they really ground the racetrack down. This place was 5 times rougher than it is right now. It took a lot of the bumps out and made this racetrack smoother. It still vibrates really hard, but it used to be terrible.
See how you go downhill when you go into the corners? The straightaways are actually elevated above the lower groove in the turns. That's not the same as in most any other track. And it really, a lot of drivers have talked to me, it's like driving a roller coaster, falling off that hill into the corner every time, twice a lap.
Exactly, especially going into turn 1. When you go down into turn 1, the racetrack just falls out. And when you can actually see the wheels falling down if you stand down there and watch the cars go in. And then the car lands, so it is. Hey, Marty, what do you got down there?
Well, actually, we were going to talk about Texas Terry Labonte, who just lost a lap to Ricky Rudd. He's running 20th on the track. This is start number 700 for Terry Labonte. Of course, for the long time, known as the Iron Man of NASCAR Winston Cup Series racing. The day has not been that good for Terry Labonte. They've been up and down, all over the place. Right now, they're calling this race an experiment or a test. To Bill Weber.
Unscheduled stop for Ken Schrader. Car got so loose he had to come down pit road. Flat right front tire.
Oh, man.
Dropped him 2 laps down, back to 23rd place. So another one off.
Looking low inside. Clear behind him.
Earl Barber, the spotter for Rusty Wallace.
Schrader's 2 laps down on tire.
And you want to know that as a driver. If a guy just comes along and blows your doors off, you're going, man, what happened? So Earl's telling him, hey, buddy, he's got new tires. You don't.
Rusty racing Bobby Hamilton there in the 55 car for 13th place. While we watch this, the leader, Ricky Rudd, has just caught Kevin LePage and put him a lap down, the 19th place car. Rusty, he's just not been a threat to lead this thing all day.
No, and he was the same way, exactly the same way here in June. Just somehow this year has not hit on the combination to get around Dover. Bill, what about the 36 car?
Well, I just wanted to point out, Benny, that there's been a lot of talk about how nice Schrader's car looks this weekend and how patriotic it is. And it's not just a nice thing that M&M's did to take the decals off the car and put the American flag on there, but it was a lot of work. In fact, it took the crew 13 hours to decal that car. They started at 5 p.m. one afternoon and finished at 6 a.m. the next day in time to get it up here to Dover. So it's not only a nice thought, but a lot of hard work, not only by the sponsor and the corporate side of it, but by the crew guys as well.
Again, unfortunately for Schrader, a good lead lap run, ruined by that unscheduled pit stop a minute ago. It's put him back in 23rd place. Leaders last pitted at 2:68. So if this thing were to run green to the finish, they'll all be in for a fuel stop around 3:58 or so. Dave?
One of the things that the 28 car said they needed before the end of the race was another set of the same spring-rated tires. You can see the 93 on here. These are from Dave Blaney, who's now out of the race. They talked about other cars that they might get the tires from, including the 15 of Michael Waltrip, but then they remembered, oh yeah, Michael Waltrip is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s teammate, and there are already tires from the 15 car down in the 8 pit. Everybody's looking for that great tire, the one that they think is going to be the grippiest and the best to try to win this thing.
Grippiest, I like it, Dave.
Hey, that's a good word, Dave.
It's a Wally word.
what you're looking for here.
You run a 5:37, you run a 5:50.
9/10 of a second. Now the advantage. Rudd has picked up 2/10 on Dale Jarrett. And there are 81 laps to go. Rudd, Jarrett, Gordon, Earnhardt Jr., and Nadeau, the top 5 in Dover on NBC.